Hello, family. In this, presentation tutorial, we'll be going over the new purchase journal. Now, with with the changes in centralizing the bills, you know that it's been tough for the program managers to keep track of the invoices that they sent out and what was paid and what's the status and where we're at. So for fiscal year 2015, starting July, we have modified the purchase journal to keep us abreast. Utilizing Google Docs, and it can be formatted for Excel, but in this presentation we'll be going through it on Google Docs. Now, to start, you'll see that the first two lines, well, the heading is still the same as before. The topic, heading, highlight, purchase journal, putting your center name, the date, and month, the DIFTA ID, and who it's approved by. It's still all the same. The difference stems from column C. Once again, even line 1 and the vendor's name are the same. But what it differs now is the following sections. The vendor name goes with the name. Account code is the code that you usually use, which is the same thing you put on your check request forms. But now we're requesting that you put in the invoice date, the invoice number, the invoice date, and the amount. All right. There's also a section where it's date submitted. That way we can all have a track. All right, when you sent the bill to us, and for internal purposes, we use this section here at account in the accounting office. These sections here. So pretty much, these first 5 lines here you use the vendor name, the account code number, so we know what to associate it to, the invoice number, the invoice date, and the amount is what you use, as well as the date submitted. So the 6 lines, as well as the date submitted, you will use. That's it. You fill out these portions. Um, column B through G, and the accounting department fills out this section here. And what we do is we're confirming when we received it, and when we paid the bill, the check number that the bill was paid with, the check date that's associated with that bill that was paid, and the date we mailed it out. And this is once again on Google Drive, so it'll be in sync. But also when we're processing it, and when we're finished processing it, we'll send you a hard copy as well. And what this does is it gives you the opportunity, if a vendor's calling you, for you to say, well, the Bartlett Dairy bill was paid, and it was paid with check number 5556 on February 10th, and they mailed it out actually on February 14th. So it eliminates the guessing game, or you having to let the vendors know when they actually received it or should have been receiving it. And if there's any other complications, then you will forward it to accounting and we would deal with it. But to go through this example, we're going to go through a blank one, and the program name. So you see on the bottom here, there are different tabs. We separated the tabs by week and per month, which you would also have, but it's just a matter of right clicking, hitting duplicate, and you having a copy and just changing the date. June 2nd, let's say 6 is Friday 2014, and just putting in information. But we separate it by week, because once again, remember, with purchase journals, the purchase journals and the bills should be submitted together, and it's supposed to be submitted to the accounting department every week. It doesn't matter if you have 50 or if you have 2. At least once a week. Let's say if you have a high volume for some weird circumstance, you can send 2 in that week span, but at least every week, even if it's 1, you submit it to the account department, and that way we're up to date on our bills. The vendors are being paid in a timely fashion, and everybody's happy. So to go back to this slide, you would just put your name. Let's say ABC Senior Center, or ABC Neighborhood Center. We're not Senior Center anymore. We neighborhood. Okay, and the month would be May, and our DIFTA ID is 25 ABC. Okay. And let's say we're paying Bartlett. Seem like I like them, right? And we know that their account code is 481, which is raw food, and the invoice number is 1234556. And the date that they submitted it to us, we're in May. This is the 17th. So let's say this is invoice dated May 10th, and the amount is $65. And we're submitting it to the accounting department. We're in compliance, so we're submitting it 5/17/14. Now it gets stamped, as you know. We usually stamp it, so when we're processing it now, let's say within a 4 or 5 day turnaround, we indicate that we received it based on what we stamp. Sorry, before I get there. So when you're finished, you're going to hit print, and you're going to print it out in landscape, and you're just going to hit print, and it will go through your printer, and like I said, you'll submit it with your bills. In accounting, when we receive it, we're going to hit 5/17, which is what our stamp says, and this was paid with check number 6665, and the date of the check is 5/20/2014, and we mailed it. Let's say 2 days turnaround. We had to wait for 2 signatures. We mailed it 5/23rd. It fell on the weekend. Yeah, 2014. All right. And that's it. The remarks comment or remarks section is open for all of us. If you want to remark, like to say, pay ASAP, or due date is 5/20, that would help us to know that we need to expedite payment on it. But any remarks comment is for you, and if we have a comment, we'll leave one as well, either in the remarks portion, or we can insert a comment here. Bill. Alright. So that we have our notation here. Just for record keeping, because once again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the information going. We're also trying to hold accountability. We know that, accounting department, or we've been slack, or we say that, sometimes we haven't received the bill on time. But what this does is this helps everybody to be accountable, everybody to be informed, everybody to be on the same page. I hope that this demonstration was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. We're more than willing to help.